Welcome back, Patriots, and for those that are new here, I'm Chris, bringing you the America First analysis that you won't get anywhere else. And today, we're witnessing history, but not the good kind, the New York City kind. The kind where the financial capital of the world just handed the keys to a Democratic Socialists of America member who wants to turn Manhattan into Venezuela. So here's what I'm breaking down today. First, the insane economic proposals that Mamdani is planning to implement. Second, why is his own Democrat governor already fighting him? Third, the billionaires and businesses preparing to flee the city. And finally, why this is actually the best thing that could happen for conservatism in America. So if you want daily truth bombs exposing the left's economic illiteracy, make sure you're subscribed. Now let's expose this madness. So let me lay out exactly what Zohran Mamdani, who is just sworn in as the mayor of New York City, has promised to do. First up, $30 per hour minimum wage by 2030. Look, I was grabbing coffee yesterday and paid $7, and I thought, can you imagine what the costs in New York City would be once they make this $30 minimum wage? I mean, a Big Mac meal is going to cost $40. A slice of pizza? $15. Your morning coffee? I don't know, $25 with a tip? Can you believe this? I mean, does it make any sense to you? But wait, it gets even crazier. Second thing that Mamdani wants to do, he wants the city to own grocery stores. Mamdani wants the government, yes, that government that can't fix potholes or run the subway on time, to open a network of city-owned grocery stores that will keep prices low and not make a profit. I mean, because obviously when you remove profit motive and have bureaucrats running businesses, everything gets super efficient and cheap, right? I mean, that's why Soviet breadlines were so famous for their abundance. Billionaire John Catsimatidis, who owns Gristetti's and D'Agostino's, the largest independent supermarket chain in New York, well, he's already said he's considering moving his corporate office out of New York. And you know what? I don't blame him a bit. I mean, why would you compete against city-owned stores that don't pay rent, don't pay property taxes, and can operate at a loss indefinitely funded by taxpayer money? His third proposal, free bus rides. Now this sounds nice until you realize that the MTA, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority that runs New York's public transport, is a state-run agency that Mamdani doesn't even control. So he's promising something he literally can't deliver without the state's permission. I know what you're thinking. It's a classic politician move, and you're right. And according to the city of New York, this free program would cost more than $700 million. So how is he going to pay for it? Oh, right, with your money, through higher taxes. Again, this sounds nice. I mean, who doesn't want free childcare? But free means taxpayer funded. And with experts estimate, this could cost billions of dollars annually. I mean, again, where's this money coming from? Well, so drop a comment if you think that New York City is about to become totally unlivable for normal people. Let me know what you think. But here's what nobody in the mainstream media is really talking about. How is Mamdani planning to pay for all this free stuff? According to Fox News, he wants to raise the corporate tax rate to match New Jersey's, which is right around 11.5%. And this would bring in about an additional $5 billion. And get this, he wants a flat 2% tax on anyone earning over $1 million annually. Now, Mamdani has done the math. There's literally a Google Drive link to his calculations. But here's the problem. He can't actually do any of this without the approval of the New York State Legislature and Governor Kathy Hochul's signature. And Hochul, she's already said no. According to the New York Post, Governor Hochul has voiced her opposition to these tax hikes because, and I'm paraphrasing here, she's watched wealthy New Yorkers flee to Florida and realized maybe, just maybe, punishing success is a bad policy. Now, in my previous video, Massive Mamdani Socialist Flop, I'll put that link here up above, I covered how Mamdani got destroyed on national television trying to defend these exact policies. He couldn't answer basic questions about economic reality, and now he's the mayor. Now, if you're still watching, you're going to love this next part because I'm about to show you the exodus that's already beginning. Make sure you hit that like button because the billionaires fleeing New York is an absolute must-see. So who's planning to leave? Well, John Catsimatidis, who I told you about earlier, that grocery billionaire, he's out. According to multiple reports, Wall Street firms are already looking at office spaces in Miami, in Austin, and Nashville. And geez, I wonder why. Well, it's because if you're a business owner facing 11.5% corporate tax, and a $30 hour minimum wage, and competition from government-run grocery stores and rent control killing your property values, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your business somewhere that actually wants you. And you know where that is? It's the red states. Florida, Texas, Tennessee. States with no income tax, lower regulations, and governors who don't hate capitalism. Housing expert Kenny Burgos actually said it perfectly, and here's his quote. I don't know any investor or builder who wants to build in a city where the mayor is threatening to cap revenues. Of course you don't, because investors aren't stupid. So here's what's really happening. Mamdani is going to drive every wealthy person, every successful business, and every productive citizen out of New York City. And then, when the tax base collapses and he can't fund any of his programs, he's going to beg the federal government for a bailout. And you know who said drop dead to that idea? Trump's Secretary Scott Bessent. Bessent actually literally referenced that famous quote from Ford to the City, drop dead. And he said there will be no federal bailout for Mamdani's socialist experiment. All right, so let's pause just for a quick second. The best comment will get pinned here. So this is the question. What's the one word that you can think of that would describe Mamdani's economic plan? So this isn't just about New York City. This is about the future of American cities. And I'm going to say something that might make you a little uncomfortable. This socialist experiment needs to fail publicly, dramatically, and completely so that every other city in America sees what happens when you elect Democratic Socialists. Think about it. Mamdani ran on rent freezes, free everything, punishing the wealthy, government-run grocery stores and businesses. And you know what? New York voted for it. So let them have it. Let them experience what happens when you remove profit motive from grocery stores. Let them see what $30 per hour minimum wage does to small businesses. Let them watch their tax base flee to Florida. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but isn't this the best education that American voters could actually get? The truth is, you can't tell people socialism doesn't work. They actually have to experience it. And now, thanks to Mamdani, millions of New Yorkers are about to get a real-world economics lesson. Actually, let me rephrase this because it's even better than I think I initially thought. This is happening in the media capital of the world. I mean, every news outlet, every financial show, every business channel is going to cover what happens in New York. So when businesses leave and grocery stores close, when the budget crisis hits, and the entire country will be watching this, Mamdani just became the conservative movement's best recruiting tool. Every time somebody complains about high prices, we can point to New York. Every time somebody suggests more regulation, we can point to New York. Every time somebody says democratic socialism works, we can point to New York and say, really? So a lot of you have been asking in the comments, how do I fight back against socialism? Well, this is how. We let them implement their policies. We document the failure, and we show the receipts. And we win every election for the next decade by these three words. Look at New York. So why are Bernie Sanders and AOC so excited about Mamdani's win? Because they think this is their blueprint for America. They think if socialism can work in New York City, the financial capital of the world, it can work anywhere. They're betting that Mamdani can prove that government can run businesses better than private enterprise, that high taxes can create wealth and prosperity, and that eliminating profit motive improves services. Free everything is sustainable. But here's what they didn't count on. Trump's Treasury Secretary saying no to bailouts, Governor Hochul blocking his tax hikes, and billionaires and businesses having options, namely red states with sane policies. And the American people are paying attention. The Democrat Socialist playbook requires federal bailouts. It requires trapping wealthy people in high-tax states. It requires media covering up the failures. None of those things are happening anymore. Trump controls the Treasury. Red state governors are recruiting New York businesses. And alternative media is documenting everything. The truth is, Mamdani is about to fail spectacularly. And when he does, the entire progressive economic agenda fails with him. So remember what I told you at the beginning? That New York City just inaugurated a socialist mayor who wants $30 minimum wage and free everything and government-run grocery stores? Well, now you know the full story. You know about the tax plan that Hochul won't approve. You know about the billionaires fleeing to red states. You know about Treasury Secretary Bessent's drop-dead response to future bailout requests. And you know why this is actually great? Here's what gives me hope. Failed socialist experiments in major cities are actually the best argument for conservatism. Better than any speech, better than any debate, or any ad campaign. When New Yorkers can't afford groceries because city-run stores are inefficient disasters, when small businesses close because $30 per hour minimum wage kills their margins, and when the budget crisis hits because wealthy taxpayers fled to Florida, well, Americans are going to remember who promised them this utopia, and they'll vote accordingly. So this is the truth. They want you demoralized. They want you to think that socialism is inevitable. Well, just don't give them that satisfaction. So here's what I need from you right now. First, smash that like button if you want New York's socialist experiment documented and exposed. The more you do that, the more the algorithm will boost us. And let's get this video out to as many people as you know so that you can show Mamdani that we're watching his every move. Now here's a question for you. Drop a comment down below. Will Mamdani's socialism destroy New York City or somehow succeed? Just type destroy or succeed. I want to see the ratio in the comments. And as I said before, share this video with anyone who still thinks socialism works. Send it to your liberal friends. Post it everywhere. The more people that understand what's about to happen in New York, the harder it is for the media to cover up the failure. And if you want to see my previous coverage of Mamdani getting totally destroyed by Ted Cruz, check out this video. I'll put a link up above. This is the shocking Cruz and Hannity bombshell, and where Ted Cruz and Sean Hannity kind of go over the initial platform of what Mamdani was talking about. Oh, and one more thing. If you're a business owner in New York, contact red state governors' offices now in Florida, in Texas, in Tennessee. They're all actually actively recruiting your business. Just give them a call. And don't wait for Mamdani to bankrupt you. Zohran Mamdani was sworn in by Letitia James at midnight. Bernie Sanders and AOC, they all celebrated his public inauguration this morning. And socialist policies are about to be tested in the largest financial center in the world. This is the fight of our generation. Capitalism versus socialism. Free markets versus government control. And American prosperity versus Venezuelan collapse. And it's happening in real time, in the most famous city in the world, with the entire country watching. So let the experiment begin, and let the voters see exactly what socialism delivers. Higher prices, fewer jobs, and complete economic disaster. Mamdani thinks he's ushering in a progressive revolution. What he's actually doing is creating the most devastating study against socialism since the fall of the Soviet Union. I'll be here every single step of the way, documenting the collapse and reminding Americans what happens when you elect socialists. I'll see you in the next video, so stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, we're not fighting socialism with words anymore. We're letting reality do the work. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Okay, let's go.